7 rows, 14 rows, 21 rows. I love to go. Man, beat.
A minute silence to the fallen heroes of Biafra, and the time starts now. We mourn our heroes past, we celebrate our heroes. Our babies, women, and children that have been butchered in the homeland because of Biafra, we mourn them. We promise to continue raising the flag above sea level until Biafra is fully restored, so that their sacrifices will not be in vain. He said, he said, he said. I bring you warm greetings to all Biafrans and I salute you from all over the globe. Thank you for all you've been doing and thank you for all you will do as we continue to march on to this very total restoration and liberation of Biafra. Yes, without these Biafra Defense Forces, the cry of one Nigeria would have been louder in Biafra land than any other place. And I wish to say a very big thank you to Konta, who stretched his hands of fellowship and started speaking for the freedom of the Biafran people and our independence on hearing the sound and the cry of freedom emanating from Washington, D.C. Konta, the Biafran people appreciate you and we love your courage, we love your synergy, we love your commitment and the persistency. Inasmuch as the fathers of old of the European extract and the NATO injured us then, and not even the NATO alone, many fathers of old of all over the world had injured us before. You came up to apologize for the errors of old, the errors of yesterday against the indigenous people of Biafra, and you own up to that responsibility. And you are now promoting the freedom of the Biafran people so as to erase the wrongs that were done of old. We appreciate you. It takes a bold and committed man to be able to take the stage in the face of persecution, in the face of ridicule, in the face of ordeal. We thank Gonta so much. He's the chairman committee of Chairman Austrian Committee for NATO Enlargement for Austria, Ukraine, Kosovo, Bosnia, EU, and the rest of the committees that he heads. He's a great voice, and we appreciate his indulgence and enthusiasm to see that the Biafran people gains independence. We look forward to seeing more voices speak up. Yes, and we appreciate everyone that now understands that they did wrong to the Biafran people yesterday and they want to live up to that responsibility today. And message to Biafran people, if those that are not Biafran born by blood are actually coming out to say apologies for the errors of our forefathers against your forefathers as well when Biafra was seeking for independence in 67 to 70s. That is a point of reconciliation. That is a point of restitution. And that is a point of reacceptance and reunification. We accept these three R's as they walk into working to see that that which our forefathers were stopped to do and obtain are achieved in our own time. We appreciate them. It is a challenge to every Biafran now, and my message goes thus, and I want every Biafran to listen very well, that it is a challenge from what a foreigner who is not born in Biafra land can do by coming to apologize for what their forefathers did to us while we were fighting for our Biafra independence. It is a call for sober reflection and a new turn of age. So if a foreigner can do that, this message now is coming to you as a Biafran. and is also a challenge. You should remember and capitalize on what is called Biafra First. Biafra First means that someone wrongs you or has offended you and want to stop you from fighting on for this Biafra. What you should put first is Biafra first. Biafra first. Someone hungers you, someone do you evil, that Biafra first should not stop you from going forward in fighting for Biafra. That Biafra first should not stop you from making your contributions on daily basis. That Biafra first should not stop you from supporting this government to the restoration and recognition of Biafra and the defense of Biafra land on your daily basis with your finance. That Biafra first should be your code name, and never allow anything to overwhelm Biafra first. Biafra first should be your code name in your dream. Biafra first should be your code name in your work. Biafra first should be the code name that you use to overcome every challenges and ordeals that comes your way. If I offend you or have any misunderstanding with you, take it as a personal misunderstanding. Take it as a personal misunderstanding. But put Biafra first to allow you to continue to do what you have to do for Biafra. If you have a personal beef with anybody, call it a personal beef with that person. But put Biafra first so that that beef you have with that person will not make you derail in your sacrifices and focus and determination for Biafra. That is what is called Biafra first. Remember all this and work on it. And when you do so, you will see that you will not be going back on the restoration and recognition of Biafra. Biafra first means that you may not agree with me or everybody on a particular thing. But because of Biafra first, the Biafra first will make you to continue your sacrifices of Biafra no matter what happens. The Biafra first should be your code name, and it should guide you in everything you do. If I had not put Biafra first in this Biafra, I have been in this Biafra with the PM since Oyendo was kidnapped in 2021. If I had not put Biafra first, I will not be here till today, because there are things that have happened that many people could not endure because they did not put Biafra first. But I put Biafra first on the way. I put Biafra first. That is why my leg is still at the forefront of this Biafra to this very day. But if I did not put Biafra first, I would have backed off long time ago, like many people have backed off. And if I backed off, it will not stop Biafra from going forward. Many of us that have backed out because something happened in one way or another, and then you back out. It did not stop Biafra from going forward because you did not put Biafra first. It is those that put Biafra first that still continued since that 2021 to this very day. So remember to put Biafra first in every circumstances as far as this Biafra is concerned. Biafra first, not your name first, not Orabu Fulani first, not I want to do it for Orabu Fulani first. No, you want to do it for the Biafra people first. Biafra people first. Biafra sacrifice first. The BDF that are sacrificing their lives in the homeland, they are putting Biafra first. They are not putting their personal interest first. The lobbies that we even contract to work for us, they don't put their personal interest first. They put the Biafra that we commit to them first to be the key word. That is why they will break bounds and go extra miles to places that we didn't even expect that we will go because they put the Biafra first. As we speak now, our acting prime minister is in Washington, D.C. What did he put first? It is Biafra first. He's out of his office, he's out of his work, he's out of his family, and put Biafra first to see that Biafra is discussed on the table. But he shut down his business. The same way you see these men and women on the screen who have shut down their businesses, their family and lives, and put Biafra first. So if a foreigner can come back to his senses and is telling you that he is apologizing for what their leaders of old did to the Biafran people, and on that note, to make a restitution and reconciliation, he is calling the international community and the present leaders of today to recognize Biafra and to let that independence that they stopped in 67 to 70s to prevail in our own time. Then it should be a role model for you as a Biafran, that you should learn to put Biafra first. Many sabotages have happened, and it's even hard to trust many people now in the Biafra struggle, because the sabotage that has happened mostly in the hierarchies of leadership. So it's hard for you to even trust somebody. But I can tell you one thing. If I did not trust my prime minister, if I did not trust the hierarchy of leadership of BRGI from 2021, when we were just autopilots, down to this very day, if I did not trust the APM that is here today, if I did not trust any of the officials that I'm working with, we will not come this far. In as much as there is sabotage, and it is hard for you to trust everybody in a freedom fighting, there must be trust. Yes, because if that trust is not there, I wouldn't have been working with any of them to this very day. So there is still iota of trust. The same trust persists amongst these Biafra Defense Forces that you see on the screen. If there is nothing of that iota of trust, you will not see them working in unity and defending Biafra land. They don't know what their fellow personnel will plan against them or think against them, or whether they will go and collect bribe from Nigerian government to come and sabotage them. But yet, they exercise that iota of trust. All because of what? Biafra first. Biafra first. I want everybody going forward to exercise and remember that code name. Biafra first. Biafra first. No matter anybody do or whatever anybody does to you, you should remember to swallow your pride and your ego and your self esteem. Exercise restraint and know that Biafra first should supersede everything that surrounds you. That is, if you are for Biafra. But if you are not for Biafra, you will mess yourself up. I plead on all Biafrans to learn from Gunther. He is a chairman of a committee in NATO, but he brought himself down to come and talk to us, the Biafran people. And let me explain something. We did not contract him because many people have started putting out in the media, oh, we contracted Gunther to come and speak in the Biafran affair. No, we did not contract him. God brought him to us. We just saw that God brought him to the media and we saw him picking on the Biafran freedom. And then we say, God, thank you. This is another great voice. So we did not pay him any money. We did not contract him because all of you have started writing nonsense on the social media. But you can enjoy writing your trash. After all, you've written that we are paying Senator Ted Cruz. You say we pay Rep more. These are renowned senators that already have their lives. But because they see the plea that we put on the table to them to take up the case of the Christians, the genocide that is ongoing in the contraption called Nigeria, and the lives of Biafrans that are at stake, they see it at the right time to walk in and do the needful. So we enjoy every attack and criticism that is coming out. But I must remind everyone, specifically Biafrans, it is time you wear the armor of Biafra first, which will be able to make you immune to every attack and everything that you can think that will bring you down from your high horse or from your high personality. When you wear Biafra first, if I slap you because of Biafra, you will say, yes, you can slap me over and over again because for this very Biafra, it is Biafra first. But when I go home or when I remove the uniform of Biafra and keep, we can fight the real fight. But for the fact that we are wearing the uniform of Biafra now and we want this Biafra, I'm just humbling myself. But after we finish wear this uniform, I will remove this uniform of Biafra. I'll keep it on the ground. We will do it man to man and woman to woman. But for now, because I wear the uniform of Biafra, let us respect the Biafra and get it with everything we have. Thank you so much to all Biafrans. I salute our leaders that have lived before us and our leaders that are in detention. Our Prime Minister, our Onyendu, even our Wazirike that was betrayed by our own very people, and our Ojuku, eternal leader, and Philip Effiong, the former president of Biafra, who were also almost betrayed in the battlefield by our own very own. We salute all their existence. What they worked for is what we stepped our foot into, and we are making it happen in our own time. They did not have lobbies in Washington, D.C. in 67 to 70s. That is what we were telling Gunther yesterday here in the program. Because if we had in 67 to 70s, our voices would have been heard by all international leaders. The case of Biafra wouldn't have been downplayed the way it was. BBC propaganda machine and Premium Times of London and CNN wouldn't have had only the voice to do propaganda, blackmail, and slander on the Biafran independence. But today we have many voices. We have many avenues to send out the message. We appreciate every leader that have lived and those that are living, both those that have been betrayed and both those that are still standing. We appreciate your works, and we continue to keep that flag flying above sea level until Biafra is fully restored and all of you will rejoin us. Thank you so much for all your sacrifices. I salute all the BRGI members of cabinet, both old and new, and prospectuous ones that are also coming in, because we are going to have more people into our cabinet. If you know you have something to offer, you see our email in the website. Write us and let us know what you can offer. Bring it up. Yes, we need more talent. APM cannot do it alone. All the reps and admins and cabinet members that we have now cannot do it alone. Bring what you have on the table and look for avenues and ways of promoting Biafra independence and the work of BRGI so that it will go very far. If you go to our website, you will see something spectacular. If you go to our website, you will see something spectacular. If you are in our website, you can see what I'm showing you now. Here you see 1.9 shares. That means this website has been shared 1.9K times. That is 1,900. Not 1,100, 1,900 and something is still counting. Very soon, it will hit 2K. That is because you promote BRGIE, you make the world to know and to talk about BRGIE. That is because all the diplomatic engagement that is happening in Washington, D.C., they are all embedded here in this website. Now, the 1.9K shares that you see here is those that share the link that is generated from this main homepage, the homepage of this website. When you go to another page, it has a different count of shares. Under the diplomatic engagement, the share button here is showing 42 shares. So if you're sharing the link of the diplomatic engagement, it has been shared 42 times. If you share the link of news now depends on which news did they click that they share. If you look at this one has been shared 22 times. That means people have visited here and read, and then they now share it 22 times. If you click on tax or donate or IOU, it shows you how many times. People have shared the tax link 222 times. The IOU, do we have anything to show? No, the button is not there. We'll try to put it. On the tax button is 222. On the donate button, 20. The team members, we did not put the link. On the home, you see is 1.9K shares. This is to tell you that you project and promote, and as you are pushing the Biafran government in exile out, everyone are keen in and they are understanding where it is happening. They are seeing where it is happening. They are going to check. The world leaders, the world powers are going to check where BRGIA is and what is happening, all their diplomatic engagement in Washington, D.C., to affirm that this is actually the right place, that this is where the things are happening, to see that this is where the BRGIA house is embedded. So they come here. They see the Speaker of America, the number 3 man in America. They see Ambassador Tibu Nash. They see this other man that is heading the Africa military something. They see Mr. Smith. They see, the names plenty. I don't know all the names, so I will only call the ones I know. Senator Cruz is here. Brian Marks is here. So when they come here, they see and know the leaders of America, and then they understand, okay, this is the right place that they are. This is Biafra Republic government in exile. And then they support what we are doing. So share and make the website go viral, and make the link of the government to go viral and everything that we do. Invite every people, let them go there and know what is happening. If you don't follow who know road, you no go know what's in the happen. No elections in Biafra land, in Anambra to be precise, because Biafran people voted and rejected one Nigeria. What we should be talking about is the way forward to defend Biafra land and liberate, is the way forward to get the recognition which we have started in Washington, D.C. We are pressing all the buttons, and we are not looking for one Nigeria presence of elections in Biafra land anymore. We are reminding Biafrans, and we call on all of you to call your friends and families. Remind them that there will be restructuring of many structures in Anambra, in Biafra land to be precise, by the structural engineers. The structural engineers of Biafra land, they will be doing restructuring. And as they will be doing this restructuring, they don't want any Biafran to be around those structures when these restructurings will be done, so that you will not come back and say, oh, the block fell on me, the stone fell on me, or the cement fell on me, or the water from the medicine fell on me. No. So inform your families and friends. Let them stay clear from every structures in Anambra, and anywhere they call election of one Nigeria. Tell them to stay clear, because the structural engineers of Biafra land will be visiting all these structures that claim to represent one Nigeria in those days. Starting from today, tomorrow, and the D-Day, which is on the 8th. Listen carefully, and stay clear from any place that one Nigeria is conducting elections. Thank you so much. And the Nigerian news media houses have carried this news before. They carried it yesterday. So if you claim not to be aware of it, it's either you're just being stupid or you're just being ignorant and you want to put people in problems. Please. Mazin Nnamdi Kanu is dying in detention. So tell me what you are going to vote for. That is why BRJ has taken it upon themselves to remind you that the Biafra de facto government in the homeland had declared 3 days sit at home, 6, 7, 8, and that is against this upcoming treacherous and fraudulent election of one Nigeria. They can go and do the election where they have Sambisa forest. I think I need to read one of these publications. Yes, I need to read one of these publications so that people will see the context of this write-up, because some people may not have seen the context of the write-up. Let me get one of these publications and read. It is very important that you adhere to the sit at home. Please, Biafran people, adhere to the sit at home. Adhere to the sit at home. It is for your own good. Don't expect the Biafra Defense Forces to start leaving the duty that they are doing to come and start protecting you. Listen to simple instructions. Stay away from where Nigerian terrorist governments are planning these fraudulent, shambolic affairs of one Nigeria elections. Yes, it is not where you should be looking up to. Where you should be looking up to is where and how to bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out from detention. What is the next step to our freedom? Because we had declared our independence. That is what you should be talking about. Not going to go and vote for one Nigeria. The Ambazonian people, they declared no elections in Ambazonia on the day of Cameroon elections. And they shut down the community. Nobody went in, nobody went out. They did not need anybody to ring bell to their ear before they listened to the no elections in Ambazonia region. They listened to it and they carried it out the way it came. Are you getting the point? But some of you in Biafra land, you want to answer Thomas Ekwekwe. You want us to come and carry feeding bottle and put in your mouth. It is very simple that you stay in your house and don't go out to participate in the election. It is your constitutional right to decide whether to annex yourself with any place or anything that they are doing, or you stay aside. It is your constitutional right not to go and participate in any fraudulent elections. They will not come to your house to come and carry you or to come and beat you because you say you don't want to participate in one Nigeria terrorist scam. Make the work easy for the Biafra independence to come. Make the work easy for the Biafra Defense Forces to do. Obey the sit at home without waiting for any compulsion. The Ambazonia people sat down in their homes. They shut down Ambazonia. Nobody went out, nobody came in. And it made the work very easy for their defense forces. Those are the people that shows that they are ready for freedom. Not some of you that today you'll be singing the praises of Soludo. Who told you that he is not ready for Biafra independence? He doesn't want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come out. Tomorrow you hear us shout Biafra and then you also jump in and shout. You finish shout. You say, the Biafra is not ready to come. You go back to Soludo. We say sit at home to send a message to Soludo. You say, no, you want to go and collect 500 naira. On going to collect 500 naira, Soludo talks an Agune chamber that they will use to carry out election buying and election rigging. They shoot you and then you die in the election ground because you went to get 500 naira. Things are better done in a very simple and understanding manner. Obey simple instruction. Sit at home, buy palm wine, buy whiskey, buy Coca-Cola and sit down, buy Golda, buy any beer of your choice, buy coconut and then break it, sit down in your house and drink on that day. You drink finish, sleep catch you, sleep snore till the next day you wake up. You ask, have they finished the election? Have they finished the sit at home? They tell you, yes, today we are on the 9th. You say, can I go out now? They say, yes. You say, okay, let us go out. On the 7th and 8th and 6th is holy days. The D-Day is on that 8th. We prepare your mind for 6 and 7, and on the 8th, make sure you don't show yourself in those places. Sit at home and allow the structural engineers of Biafra to restructure the structures that will be structured on that day. Let me read this publication. For those Thomas Ekwekwe, Nnamdi Kanu is dying. BRGI Ibaz Anambra election declares 3-day sit at home in Southeast. Why? You have seen the reason. The reason is because Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is dying. They refuse him medical treatment. Prime Minister Simon Ekpa was also imprisoned. Why? Because of Igbo politicians that don't want Biafra to breathe. They are the ones that connive. And then I brought something up the other time. Kanu Ntakanu is there. Ejiofor is there. All the governors of the East are there. They use Bruce Fein. They add Bruce Fein up. They now write letter and add IPOB criminal bodies. They now decide to work with one Nigerian government. They wrote letter to Finland, and they used the name of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to write the letter. All of you will know that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will not subscribe to that nonsense. But the wife of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is part of that letter. I am telling you people now. That letter that I brought out the other day to expose, the wife of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is part of it. Ejiofor is part of it. IPOB DOS, they are part of it. Kanunta is part of it. He's the one that spearheaded it. They brought that letter to, what's the name? Asare Dokubo. They call Asare Dokubo and inform him. Let me see if I can get the video where Asare Dokubo made the confession. They call Asare Dokubo and inform him and told him that, yes, this is the plan that they have. Okay, I think I found the video. Let me play it before I go ahead to read this publication.
Yesterday, the US sent a delegation with a Kenga, including the wife of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to Finland to submit a petition, a copy of the petition that was sent to me. But unfortunately, I don't know whether I deleted or something happened. But a copy of the petition was sent to me. Calvin, you are welcome. But, and they accused Simeon Ekpa, DOS. DOS is the highest decision-making body in IPOB. They sent a petition to the Finnish parliament accusing the self-styled prime minister in exile of Bielsa, of Biafra. You know, because this name is our own, Sharon Tora, I'm always confusing it.
Now, this is the memo that I brought out the other day. And from this memo is Kanu Ntakanu that projected it and said, yes, they have done it. This is what they did in 2023. And that they use Bruce Fein to do it, to imprison Simon Ekpa. And you can hear from um, Asari Dokubo. The names that were projected to Asari Dokubo is DOS, Namdi Kanu's wife. Those are just two names that were projected to him. But Asari Dokubo did not know that Kanu Ntakanu is actually the one leading this campaign. When some of you see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's wife coming out to disgrace herself, at times you may ask, is this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's wife who is pushing her to do all these things? Now you can understand that Kanu Ntakanu has an age on Bianca, or whether whatever, what did people call her? You people have a special name. Is it the Delilah? You guys have a special name that you give her. Is it Delilah? I'm talking of Uche Chikalu, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's wife. Kanu Ntakanu uses her to do everything. He will project her face to the front, and then he will hide behind the scene. Here, Asari Dokubo did not know that Kanu Ntakanu is the main man behind everything. But the names of the people that came to him or they submitted to him were Ochechi Kanu, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's wife, and then DOS. But we are making Asari Dokumbo to know that the letter was drafted and composed by Kanu Ntakanu, and they used Bruce Fern law firm to draft it and sent it. So all those petition protests you saw them doing in Finland, Kanu Ntakanu is behind it. The people that testified in court against Simon Ekpa in Finland, Kanu Ntakanu, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's wife, DOS, all of them. Emmanuel Kanu, the fine boy you see in Nigeria, because they all work hand in hand. And Ejiofor was Ejiofor. All these people are the people that did all this. Now, I had to bring this up for all of you that are clapping for one Nigeria, because we say no elections in Anambra. I can remember when elections of Anambra came up in 2022, and we said no elections in Anambra. World Igbo Congress came to have a meeting with us behind the scene. Ohaneze Mgburumiri came to have a meeting with us behind the scene. And their anger was that autopilot are working to stop election of one Nigeria in Biafra land. And this was when babies, women, and children were butchered and massacred in Yamufu. And then ESN were working so hard to see that they repel the terrorists in Yamufu. But what was of importance to World Congress and Ohaneze Ndigbo was not about the babies, women, and children lifeless bodies that were slaughtered in Yamufu. What was their sole interest was a one Nigeria that continues to work. A one Nigeria that Soludo would become the governor and win election. Not minding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is dying in detention, not minding the babies, women, and children that were slaughtered on that very time. And we put it to them, why are you not concerned about the babies, women, and children slaughtered in the Yamofu? They said their concern is about the election. Their concern is not about the babies, women, and children slaughtered by the Fulani terrorists. And they were even accusing us that we are the ones sponsoring the Fulani terrorists, that we are using it to stage manage to distort facts and figures about the election, that they don't believe that the Fulani terrorists are killing those babies, women, and children. And they target and tackle us that we must allow one Nigeria to do their election, not minding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in detention, and not minding the dead bodies, babies, women, and children slaughtered in Yamufu. And it shocked me to my marrow. And Jofo, who was, or whether he is still the president of that World Igbo Congress and our mini group, he promised that they are going to walk behind the scene to see that they bring us down because of trying to stop what they are planning to be for one Nigeria. They promised to launch Anyandibo. It was a group they said they are going to form, Anyandibo group. That this group they are going to form to come and supervise and make sure the election hold for Soludo and one Nigeria. That they will stop Biafran people that will sit at home and not allow the election to hold, that they will resist. And that they will not stop there, that they will go to every length to hunt us down because of talking about Biafra, because of talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the babies, women, and children that were slaughtered on the eve of Anambra elections. Today, we are in another eve of Anambra elections. Babies, women, and children have been macheted so far. And I'm presenting to you people what they did behind the scene. Kanu Ntakanu, the wife of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Ejiofor, and all IPOB DOS. This is what they did behind the scene. Now, to those of you that say, oh, you love Biafra, you love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you love Mazi Simon Ekpa, because some of you claim to love Mazi Simon Ekpa more than me. Some of you claim that I am the one backstabbing him, and you call him and then tell him all manners of evil about Sonny. That Sonny is the one now working to backstab him. And you are now the angel. Since he was detained or imprisoned, and since Onyendu was kidnapped and imprisoned, what are you doing to his release? What are you doing to his release? Is it by working to destroy every structures that he put in place? Is it by working to drag us backward with everything that you have done? Whereas we are moving forward to see that nothing gets stopped. When Onyendu was kidnapped, the idea and the plan was that Biafra plan gets stopped one place. We don't go front, we don't come back. We remain there until 15 years later when Nigeria will like to release Onyendu. Then Prime Minister came, or our Simon Ekpa came. He came as Simon Ekpa. He offered his services until we pushed him to become the spokesperson of Biafra. And he later accepted. And later, he became the prime minister. He did not sit down and wait until when Onyendu will come out before we move forward. He did not sit down to go and meet Onyendu in detention and say, Onyendu, tell me what to do. Or Onyendu, I have to come and take instruction from you before I move forward. For those of you that are using Prime Minister's name, my Simon Egba, to do all manners of propaganda and media outreach, it is high time you stopped. Yes. If you want him to come out very fast, stop using his name to do every media propaganda. Because you are projecting that he is the one saying this, he is the one doing that. He is in detention, but he is doing this and doing that and saying that. Whereas somebody that is in detention should not be commanding anything outside here. Should I ask some of you a question? If a man that is in detention is the one making decision for you, who is not in detention, and you are here, does it show that your brain cells are working well? If Simon Ekpa is in detention and you expect him to be the one to make decisions for you, to tell you to go forward and come back, and how to move and what to do and what not to do, and that you should wait, and that you should not hold anybody accountable for trying to destroy what you're doing, and that you should not touch anybody, you should not talk about anybody, you should fold your arms and sit down. You should not do anything. You should not go to Washington, D.C. Biafra Defense Forces should not continue to fight. You should not raise funds and support them. You should not engage the international world diplomatically to see Biafra. You should not continue whatever you're doing for Biafra. Are you sure that you are not useless? You that is outside here, are you sure you're not useless? How can somebody that is in chains and gun is pointed on his head is now the one that will now have free will to make decisions for you that is outside here? Don't you see that your existence has become very useless? Don't you see that the day your mother and father brought you to this world, the day she conceived you, that they wasted their time? Maybe if they wasted 30 minutes or 20 minutes or 1 hour in bed, don't you see that that precious time that your parents wasted to conceive you, that they wasted it for nothing, that you have become very useless and a waste? How can somebody that is in detention be the one to decide if you should go forward and come back? That means your bread, your bread of life is finished. Your brain cells are totally damaged. That means you are as useless as even more than somebody that is in detention. Because someone that is in detention cannot have freedom and do many things. But if it's the one that have to make decisions for you, and you cannot use your brain to reason and determine what to do, then it means that person in detention is better than you. It means you are useless than that person that is in detention. That person in detention is even useful. Then you that is here, who is not in chains, who they don't point gun on your head, you are the most useless species of human being that is living here. Because if you are not useless, you will not wait for our PM that is in detention to now decide for you what you should do while he is in prison and what you should not do. What you should be doing is what should be bringing them out. And how you should be doing it is what metamorphose into their freedom. And that is what we are doing in Washington, D.C. And that is what we are doing in the homeland. Pressing the necks of those that put him and put them in detention is what will bring them out. I'm asking all of you that have gone to sit down on the fence, doing nothing that touches one Nigeria, doing nothing that touches Finland, doing nothing that makes noise in the international arena. What are you doing that will propel the international community to speak about your freedom? Okenkere is everywhere in Washington, D.C. I told you that as I'm speaking here, he is in Washington, D.C., engaging the lawmakers of America for Biafra. While some of you will jump into the media to make caricature, you have nothing to offer. You do nothing on a daily basis to move Biafra forward from step 1 to step 2. Your own is just to sit down when you see Okengere do one thing. That is when you have a topic to jump into the media. Are you not very useless that a man that is in chains, a man in prison, will now have brain to reason and tell you what you should do out of prison? A man that is living within the four walls of the prison, a man that is in chains, a man that is blindfolded, who cannot have freedom to move around and to do everything and see and travel, is the one that will now have to decide for you, who is seated here with your brains. Chai, your parents will be very disappointed to have you all as children of the day they all conceived you. So, no elections in Biafra land. And if you know what is good for you, come and join BRGI. Tomorrow, my program will be based on opening most of the media houses, their publications of how they have projected Biafra Republic government in exile. And before I go, I will show just that of BBC. BBC, the BBC of this world that did propaganda against Biafran people. BBC today now opens their mouth to tell the world that Biafra Republic government in exile exists, and they are the one doing something in Washington, D.C., which has brought Nigeria to a stall, which has brought Donald Trump to designate Nigeria as a country of particular concern. BBC, the same BBC that was used against Biafra independence in 1966, from 66 to 70s. They have shied away from reporting facts and figures about Biafra independence because they are British Broadcasting Corporation working for Britain, who supervised the massacre of babies, women, and children of Biafra. Today, that same BBC, God has dragged them out to come and talk about Biafra Republic government in exile. They can no longer hide. And they are reporting about Biafra Republic government in exile and what we are doing free of charge for us. We are not paying them. If we are to lobby publications for BBC, we will be paying tens of thousands of dollars just for publication. But today, BBC is publishing about Biafra Republic government in exile free of charge, all the way from UK. Not all the way from Africa or Europe or Nigeria. I'm not talking of BBC Pidgin. I'm not talking of BBC Igbo. I'm not talking of BBC Africa. I'm not talking of BBC Europe. I am talking of BBC UK. Those criminal enterprise. They are reporting about Biafra Republic government in exile today because of the work of our lobbies and all the Biafran people that have supported BRUJI to this far. You may not like our faces and our voices, and my voice may look immature. My face may look like that of a baby. But do not be deceived, because it is not on the face. I said it is about Biafra first. Forget about even our dress code or how we look. We may look tattered because we are not eating the best of money. But take the message that we are giving. Take the message. If Washington, D.C. could give us a pathway to walk through and enter the U.S. Congress to have the first ever congressional briefing on Biafra, you should know that we are not just people you see talking on the media, as some of you presumed. We have entered where people have not entered. When some of us entered the Capitol, that was the first time in their life. And they entered the White House, the US Congress, and then they were talking. Some of them said, "This is my first time to enter the US Capitol and to enter the congressional building. I never dreamed of a time like this that will come to be." It is history in the making. What we do in life echoes in history. And if you don't take it serious, know that something has come to happen. Because the world are talking about Biafra. Why? Because of Biafra Republic government in exile. That Okenkere that you say is carrying back is only carrying back. That is back and photo that he used to snap and deceive you, because what our APM actually does is that he used those photos to put you into confusion, to deceive you into not knowing that there are important and intricate discussions that are going on. So it keeps you busy with those photos. You only focus on the photo, but you don't know the details of the meeting. It makes you to get deceived with only the photo. And you call it photo APM, photo meeting, photo APM, photo meeting. But today, you are seeing the result of those photos that they kept you busy with. All these photos, let me go back. All these photos that he kept you busy with was for you to be busy with these photos while he focuses on the important. Did you see him bring any of the videos of the conversations to you or any of the discussions to you? No, because you don't have brain. Your brain is knocked. They don't sell your brain for market. And somebody need to go and look for where they sold your brain, whether you could fit see the key buy to come repair your brain. So while he kept you busy with these photos and you were deceived with the photos, you thought that it's only photo that he go to snap. Something that he was working on behind the scene, which is not shown in the photo, is actually coming to limelight every day. And you are sleeping and waking up and seeing that Nigeria is in chaos. Everywhere is boiling. They say, "Hey, who did it? Oh?" They don't know. "Hey, who did it? Oh?" They don't know. It is BRUJI that cooked the food and served to many of you. So let me read, as we say, no elections in Biafra land, because you have your leaders kidnapped and imprisoned by the same one Nigerian government and their officials. So if you love Biafra, and if you love these your leaders, I don't know why you should be talking about one Nigeria elections. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is dying in detention and they refuse him medical care. And all the leaders of the East, the whole Eastern region, they shy away from it. Omoyele Sowore came out and staged a protest and dragged all of them out and said, "Come out and show yourself that you love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and you want his freedom." They refused to come up. Instead, they planned with one Nigerian government to arrest Omoyele Sowore with all the protesters, plus the lawyer and the lead counsel of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, they arrested them and locked them up. Which country arrest lawyers and lock up with the protesters and even the people that they came to defend? When you arrest the lawyers and lock up, who will now go and defend the people that you arrested? This only happens in a banana republic, in a kangaroo system where nothing works, where everybody do anyhow and goes about anyhow. And today, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has not gotten the medical attention. They deny him, but they give it to Boko Haram terrorists. And you want to go and vote for the same one Nigeria to continue. Make I know say, make God punish you, because if I say make God punish you, your punishment will be so dear. Yes, make God help you, because if I say make He punish you, the punishment will be so dear. Total lockdown of Anambra, November 6, 7, and 8, 2025. No elections in Anambra. How many Biafrans voted? 50,048,916 voted yes to exit Nigeria. Will you vote yes to exit Nigeria and then you go back again to go and start validating the same Nigeria? No elections in Biafra land. Biafra Republic government in exile has said the Anambra general election on November 6, 2025 will not hold in Southeast. It is not 6, it is 8 to be precise. Yes, because you people will always want to distort the facts. It is on the 8th. So whatever nonsense you people write, we don't care. We have the official press memo that is pinned down on the Information Media and Communications Twitter handle on X. If you go there, you will see the original. Then they now had to pick it up from here to do what? To publish that the election will not hold in Southeast Anambra. They say this comes as BRJ declared a 3-day sit-at-home in Southeast Nigeria over the continued detention of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. So understand well why you don't need to participate in the election. The keynote is that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is dying in detention. And you participated in the election or self-referendum of Biafra to determine your life and your stay. They wrote, BRJ in a statement on Wednesday by Acting Prime Minister Kinkere said the sit-at-home will hold on 6, 7, and 8, 2025 respectively. This comes as the pro-Biafra agitator vowed that the governorship election will not hold in Anambra State in November 6. They are quoting 6 when they know that it is 8. Nigeria media, they can twist publications. BRJ noted that Biafrans remain resolute on their exit from Nigeria. According to the pro-Biafra agitator, it based its decision on the Nigerian Securities Agency's denial of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's access to medical attention and the imprisonment of its Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, in Finland. Now, I want all those people that say that Sonny is working to sabotage and to backstab Simon Ekpa, that Okenkere is working to sabotage and to backstab Simon Ekpa, that BRJ cabinet, no, they don't even go that far. They don't go far, because I saw the nonsense that Emma and Chioma and their nonsense group wrote. It is Sonny's name and Okenkere name that they use. They say Sonny and Okenkere are working to backstab Simon Ekpa. I laugh. I am asking these individuals, it is the same Sonny and Okenkere that you say are working to backstab Simon Ekpa, that are carrying Simon Ekpa's name on every publication, that are carrying Simon Ekpa's name on everything that they are doing. It is the same Sonny Anoke Nkere that is carrying Simon Ekpa's name to Washington, D.C., Washington, D.C., calling on American government to sanction these people for kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and imprisoning the same Simon Ekpa that you people say, I am working to backstab. So ask all these idiots and these useless people, how come the same Sonny that you people are using his name and Nkere, that you people are using his name to parade propaganda on the media, are the same people projecting to the release of Simon Ekpa and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? But you people are not doing nothing. You are just seated there looking for everywhere you will see propaganda to push in the media and to do blackmail and slander so that everybody will come to stone Sonny and Okenkere. Biafran people, have you gone through and read through this publication? According to the pro-Biafra agitator, it based the decision on the Nigerian Securities Agency's denial of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's access to medical attention and the imprisonment of its Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, in Finland. What we do, we push for his release. What we do, we push for his release. In Washington, D.C., APM is speaking for his release. But there are some people that are ganging up there, feeding him all manners of propaganda. They say Sonny is backstabbing Simon Ekpa. They say Okenkere and Sonny are backstabbing Simon Ekpa. They wrote a memo, one very long memo by Emma and Choma and all their groups. They say, oh, Simon, come and talk about Sonny and Okenkere. They are backstabbing you. It is the same Okenkere and Sonny that is talking on behalf or the release of these same leaders that we have here. Anyway, that is just to send a message to those useless people. BRJ commended the United States of America, President Trump, for declaring Nigeria a country with particular concerns over alleged Christian genocide. It noted that the next move is for the U.S. under President Trump to sanction the Nigerian government leaders. Yes, and it must happen. It is on the way. The Biafra Republic government in exile wishes to remind all Biafrans and Nigerian politicians parading themselves in old Anambra that the Biafra de facto government in the homeland of Biafra had issued no elections in Nigeria, in Anambra, of lockdown on 6, 7, 8, and 9 of November 2025. You see, when you're reading publications from Nigerian media, at times it could choke you, you could laugh. What do Nigerian media houses means by no elections in Nigeria, in Anambra? No elections of Anambra, no elections of Nigeria in Anambra, and you're saying in Nigeria. Okay. Odiego. Odiego. These are cut and join and quack media house publishers that publish nonsense. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, leader of Biafra, was kidnapped in Kenya and dying in DSS detention as they denied him access to medical facilities because Biafrans had voted to exit Nigeria and unanimously declared their independence on 2nd December 2024 in Lati, Finland. And Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has been imprisoned by Finland through the effort of Igbo politicians working with the Nigerian government and the European Commission. So any attempt to conduct this illegality in Biafran territory will meet a brick wall from the Biafran people. A message that these foolish slave governors, senators, and leaders of Southeast in Nigeria working for Islamic Jihad proscribed the indigenous people of Biafra are seeking independence as a terrorist organization. Oh my God, look at what Nigerian media are writing. Jay, the message here is that these foolish slave governors and senators and leaders of Southeast working for Nigeria Islamic Jihad, that they proscribe the indigenous people of Biafra who are seeking for independence. They describe us a terrorist organization, while they clap for Boko Haram as they carry out genocide on Christians. And then the federal government pays them daily. So now, if the American lawmakers and President Donald Trump could place importance on our lives in the southern part or in the southeastern part of Nigeria, the Biafra territory, by listening to our pleas in Washington, D.C., through our lobbying effort of BRGI, by finally applying sanctions and measures against the Nigerian Islamic State. Yet, our own corrupt politicians, for their personal family pocket, cares less, which means we have to send them out to join the Boko Haram sect in Sambisa forest. So tell me why you should be having union and elections with these terrorist groups that call themselves governors and ministers if they do not care about your lives, but yet they clap for the Boko Haram terrorists. They don't care about the genocide carried out against the indigenous people and the Christians, especially in Biafra land. But they are happy when they see Boko Haram terrorists kill you. So we need to send them to Sambisa forest to go and partake their communion, yes, with the Boko Haram terrorists there, since they are alikes. They enjoy and love what Boko Harams are doing, and they don't enjoy or love the emergence of Biafra independence. 50,48,916 numbers of Biafrans voted yes to exit Nigeria in a 2024 concluded self-referendum. And 517 delegates ratified the Declaration of Independence Restoration of Biafra on 2nd December 2024. We are going forward and not backwards. And there will be no Nigerian elections in Anambra because this is Biafra territory. Are they getting the message? The Biafra Republic government in exile and de facto in the homeland hereby appreciate President Trump and the U.S. lawmakers for designating Nigeria as a country of particular concern. This is just the beginning of the steps to wiping out the terrorists. More are coming to Nigerian government officials working to kill entire Christians and Biafrans. And we have achieved our first mandate in Washington, D.C. And the next step is to sanction and ban all politicians involved in the forceful disappearances, massacres, genocide, and also kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can't stop Biafra. Imprisoning Simon Ekpa can't stop Biafra. As Nigeria can see now, that BRGI is gaining more momentum than before, and that the sky is our limit on Biafra independence. BRGI said in a statement released to the Nigerian news sphere Recall that last week, Trump threatened possible military action against Nigeria over alleged killings of Christians. Nigeria's electoral body, the Independent National Electoral Commission, has announced November 6th as Anambra gubernatorial elections. Now, do you now understand why we say no elections in Anambra? Do you now understand it? Okay. So, if you did not understand, and then you know now why we say no elections in Anambra, tell me why you will say you want to go and partake in Anambra elections. Tell me, when you have Martin Nnamdi Kanu locked up, kidnapped, you have your prime minister also imprisoned and locked up, you have all Biafrans that have been forcefully disappeared and massacred, and their bodies mutilated. Some of them, they poured them acid and they dumped their bodies in the bush, some in the rivers. Their hands were tied to the back. And then you're shouting, one Nigeria, one Nigeria. Have you been cursed? Or is there something wrong? Wake up and know that your freedom is in your hands. Now, we need to ask a very simple question. How many leaders in this world have woken up, or how many leaders woke up to sanction Nigeria for you because of all the massacres that have happened in your families for years? The massacre of Christians by these terrorists did not start today. Way back 2002, it was coming small, till in 2012, Oyendo said, oh, he has to start speaking again after they had betrayed Owazirike by our Nigerian politicians who are working for them. I'm asking a very simple question. Some of you were shouting, Emma Accountability Group and Choma and all their groups. They told all of you that you don't need a lobbyist. Yes, they said you don't need a lobbyist to do anything, that you should forget the lobbyist. But when they are calling and going to talk heel against BRGIA now, when they are going to tell PM that since we have not allowed them to destroy Biafra, that because of that now, that we are backstabbing them. They don't go and tell him that they said we should not use the lobby that he inaugurated and presented to Biafran people. They did not go and tell him that they said that the lobbies are useless and they will not offer anything, and they have never offered anything. They did not also go and tell him that these same people said, oh, you don't need lobbies. And you don't even need America anymore. Oh, you need to go to Russia. Forget America, let us go to Russia. Then we ask them, where is your road to Russia and where is your step? Oh, when we get there, we will start. But they don't have any plan. They don't have any clue. They don't have any lobbies that they have put in place. They have not even stepped into Russia. They are just there talking. Abandon America, let us go to Russia. I am asking you all now. America spoke against Russia's decision in the United Nations Security Council. And what America said, stand, because of their veto power. Russia took part when they voted a one-world government, a one-world currency, a one-world decision, a one-world everything, one world, which will work for these terrorists. 14 member nations voted, and then they voted yes to it. Only America voted no, and it turned down everything. Do you now know the power of America? I am asking all the Mkurumiri people in Nigeria and all of those that call themselves accountability groups that arrange series of meetings with us, telling us that we should go and abandon America and go to Russia. That Russia will answer them today. And we were asking them, if they will answer you, why haven't you gone there? Must you come and drag us in? Go now. Go and meet the Russia. I am asking you now. Christians have been massacred in Nigeria since 2002. And in 2009 or thereabout, that was when Donald Trump dragged them back to the list of countries of particular concern. And when Joe Biden came to power, he removed them again. Immediately after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped by the same Nigerian government. So I am asking all of you, show me any of the countries or all the countries or all the world leaders that have hammered Nigeria with sanctions because of killing you since 2002. Show me Russia, show me records of Russia hammering Nigeria with sanctions since 2002 or since 2015 or since 2009 or since 2005. I want to see sanctions that Russia hammered Nigeria. Yes, I want to see it. Because some of you hate progress. You hate to see that people that have nobody to speak for them are being spoken for. People that have no hope now see hope. BRGI fought so hard to see that everybody now have hope. That CPC that we were looking for a long time ago, it has happened. Now, let us come back to another rationale. Did somebody say my sound is not coming out? Eukarya, Iwanyao, you said my voice is not coming out. Please, every other person should let me know in the comment section if my voice is coming out, so that we know whether Eukarya is using a Chinese phone that is having a microphone defection problem. Please, if you can hear me in the comment section, or if you cannot hear me, type, let me know. If you can hear me, if you cannot hear me, type on the comment section and let me know, please. Because Eukarya said she cannot hear me. So we want to know whether Eukarya is using a Chinese phone that has defection problem on the microphone. Please, those that are listening, if you can hear me, please let me know if my voice is coming out, so that we can find maybe a Samsung phone or a Redmi phone or a good Techno phone or Oppo phone or maybe an iPhone to Eukarya. Okay, Eukarya. Eukarya, how many people now have said they are hearing my voice and it's coming out very well? So Eukarya, please. Eukarya, let me show how many people have said they can hear my voice. Alpha Don said they can hear my voice. Tekwolo said he can hear my voice. Kachi said he can hear my voice. Dalinji said he can hear my voice. Emmanuel said he can hear my voice. In the secret say he can hear my voice. Chimeka said he can hear my voice. Gerald said he can hear my voice. Daniel said he can hear my voice. Emmanuel said he can hear my voice. Emeka Maduka said he can hear my voice. Wisdom can hear my voice. Kachi again can hear my voice. Fortune again can hear my voice. So please, Okay, you carry now confess. And I see what you carry do. Now, Emeka Ono says, can hear my voice. Angelo Kutere say, can hear my voice. Make una come say you carry out. You carry now, don't come back and say, yes, I can hear now. So you carry out, you don't want to get a phone. We want to buy you a new phone and then you're running to say, you are okay now. We want to change your phone for you. You know that Biafrans are very friendly, and they are generous too. So they have already opted to give you a new phone, and then you come back to say your phone is okay now. Anyway, all right now, if you say you can hear, many people are still writing that they can hear. So thank you so much, Eukaria. Let us come back because we hear many people say, "Oh, America will not give us recognition. America will not give us this. America will not give us that." We are asking a very simple question. All of you have been massacred by these terrorists since 2002. I want to see the list of a country or nation or continent that has spoken up against the massacre of Christians in Nigeria since 2002. I want to see one name of a publication from one country that has sanctioned Nigeria before, since 2002 to this very day, and say they are sanctioning them because of the massacre of Christians or Biafrans. Please, can somebody produce me the name of only one country? Can you find it in the system where they say, oh, Russia sanctioned Nigeria because of killing Christians, because of killing Biafrans in Southeast? Can you find it on the media? I'm looking for it. Oh, I need that publication. I am looking for it because I can't phantom the idiosyncrasy in some of you. Yes, that is why I look into the media. I see as some of you are making noise and crying because of Donald Trump's sanction on Nigeria. I just laugh. I say, who gave birth to some of you? Who gave birth to some of you? Because I have not seen any other country that has the boldness to sanction Nigeria. All the countries in this world, what they look at is their interests from Nigeria. They don't look at what Nigeria is doing to their citizens. America is the only country that I know that have been pumping their money into Nigeria to help the people of Nigeria. They have been pumping their money. When you heard of the USAID, the fund that the US rep said this is also amount of fund that the USAID sent to Nigeria, that the fund was diverted into the hands of Boko Haram. And they use it to do what? To buy weapons to kill the indigenous people. Who diverted those funds into their hands? Many of you twisted the fact when the story came out. The funds were diverted into Boko Haram hands to use for weapons by who? It is by the administration of Nigeria. Administration of Nigeria. Now, what did the American government think of before they were sending that USAID aid to you, they were sending that US aid to you, who they see you are living in a deplorable condition. You're living in a place that is not okay. So they are trying to change your life. And they are sending that money as aid that is supposed to be distributed evenly in Nigeria and used to the well-being of all of you. But the federal government of Nigeria pushed that money to what? The Boko Haram terrorists, and they use it to buy weapons. Because the American government did not have so much distrust in you to know that they will send money for aid and then you people will use it for Boko Haram. That is why they did not even care to come and check until they decided to come and start checking to reveal and then follow up and see how this money is moved and what they are using it for. Then they found out how the Boko Haram are having the money to purchase all the weapons. That some of the money that they send to Nigerian government as aid for help, for humanitarian aid, that they are actually using the money to fund Boko Haram terrorists. Now, if this is the same American government that gave you their taxpayers' money as aid for humanitarian aid, have sat down and seen that you are using this money for Boko Haram terrorists to kill other people in Nigeria, tell me why American government don't have a right to come and use this big hammer on your head. Tell me why they don't have the right to use this big hammer on your head. Tell me why. Tell me why they don't have to use the big hammer on your head. Was it your money? No, it was American taxpayers' money. They just decided to do you a favor, and you misused their favor and then decided to use that same favor that they give to you to sponsor Boko Haram terrorists for the conquest agenda to come to be. Sorry. Now, why crying against the same American government who are actually asking for accountability of what they gave the money for, which you are not delivering according to what they said? And now we have helped them to amplify the old case by exposing everything. Which country of this world has ever come to the aid of Christians or to the aid of Muslims that have been massacred by these terrorists in Nigeria? So it's only American government, it's only Donald Trump that sees the terrorists of Nigeria as a threat to the indigenous people. Even some of the indigenous people that their areas are not densely affected by these terrorists, they don't understand or see the importance of Donald Trump. I want to explain something to you people here. When Obama was there, Obama did not make any attempt to crush the terrorists for your own sake and for your own existence. Instead, Obama was working to support the terrorists. And when Joe Biden was there, Joe Biden did what? He removed Nigeria from the sanctions that Donald Trump put them because of Nigeria using Boko Haram to kill all of you every day. How many presidents and how many tenure have I analyzed now? 2, right? Obama and Biden. Biden removed Nigeria from that sanctions. Even after the same Nigeria committed international kidnapping by going to Kenya to kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. International crime. Biden removed Nigeria from that list of sanctions after they committed international kidnap. And then Biden still removed Nigeria from that list even after the Lekki toll gate massacre. Are you all listening to me? How many crimes did Nigeria commit in the face of Joe Biden? And then he still removed them from the sanction list that Donald Trump put them. So you have seen how many presidents of America that I have counted now within the past 2 decades. That is within the past 20 years. Within the past 20 years, I've counted 3 tenures of 3 different presidents. And from these 3 different presidents, it is only one president that sees the terrorists that are killing the indigenous people in Nigeria as a threat. The rest of them don't see anything wrong with it. The rest of them are clapping for the terrorists. The rest of them praises them. The rest of them promote Nigeria while they are killing you. The rest of them even remove Nigeria from the list of sanctions. The rest of them even give Nigeria Tucano jet, and they use that Tucano jet to come and bomb you in Biafra land. The only president that is holding them accountable, he is Trump. So it's only Trump that sees the terrorists in Nigeria. The rest of them, they form blind eye. They use something to cover their eye. This is how the rest of the leaders have been. That is how the rest of the presidents that have been in America for the past 20 years have been. When you talk of Christian massacre in Nigeria, are you getting the point? So now, if you are against Donald Trump, who is the only president that is having the boldness to call out the terrorists and to call out the leaders, having seen Biafra Republic government in exile, having the boldness to come out and present the case to back up every other evidences. You see, there is one thing here. Donald Trump or US lawmakers will not wake up overnight to come and know how you are feeling in your room or in your bed. They will not come and know if you have headache in your village or in your community. They will not know the numbers of babies, women, and children that are massacred in your communities. It is your duty to get a lobbyist, engage the lawmakers of America, explain your plight, put your problems on the table, and let the lawmakers of America assess it. After they see what you have put to the table, they will assess it. They will go through it, and then they will verify to see that every evidences that you have given are fact before they will take action. They don't take action on hearsay. They don't take action on what they just see in the media. They will investigate those information. Do you know what it means for the Biafran people to have a congressional testimony on the American government website? This testimony here on the screen. Do you know what it means? Do you think that we put this testimony on the American government website, congressional website? We did not put it. When we submitted it to them, they review all the facts and figures that we submitted. They investigated it for a long time before they approve of it after they saw that everything we submitted were facts and figures, before they had to now accept it and launch it on their website and told the Biafran people, your testimony has been accepted and it is live online. You can go and view it anytime. That means the information that we produce were factual with evidences. We did not just go and do a yes or yes or just put anything there and put out there. No. So when you see Donald Trump and American government acting, the lawmakers, they act based on your proactiveness. If we were sleeping, while all of you were attacking Sonny and Ogenkere and the entire BRGI, if you go to Emma and Choma website, they write it there that Sonny and Ogenkere, they are criminals. That they fake website, they fake this, they fake this, they steal this, they steal this, they carry this and run away, this and that we are all criminals. They have expelled, they have expunged, they have deleted Sonny and deleted Ogenkere. If we were lily-livered, like many of you, while you write all this impersonation and blackmail and slander on our names, we would have been slacking behind. We wouldn't have been able to move forward and move ahead. We would have been dismayed by all the attack that you unleash on us. But your attack did not stop us because we have a vision and we have a focus. We were marching on that vision. We were marching on to where and what we have, what we have built. We were putting our eyes on the ball, on the rising sun. While all of you waste your time to write all manners of things about Sonny and Oke and put on your website that we are criminals and all, you are still doing the propaganda up to now. You can continue because it is useless people and jobless people that waste their times in gossip, blackmail, propaganda, and slander, and you have nothing to offer. Those that have something to offer are doing things, and you are seeing the result. While you were busy doing all those nonsense, we are busy doing what we have to do with Washington, D.C. Do I engage in saga? Do you see me come to the media and be doing saga? All of you should go and watch all my outings here on the media. Do I have time to come and do saga? Do I have time to come and do saga? I don't have time for saga. When I come, I hit the fact and figures that after you listen to it and then you go back, you will have a rethink. I don't have time for saga. APM is busy, BRGI cabinet are busy working on something. We are cooking food for all of you to eat. When you eat, you push, you choke, then you come back crying. Results are coming out. So continue to cry. So the question still remains, which country or which leaders of the world or where or which publication do you have that Russia sanctioned Nigeria? I want to know. The only country that we have seen recently is Canada. Canada have taken it upon themselves to dig into every Nigerian terrorist politician that are coming in because they now know that Nigeria political parties are terrorist organizations. That the APC and the PDP, that they are the two major parties that are ruling Nigeria and they are terrorist organizations. It's only Canada that we have seen now. And Canada is holding them. You will see pastors and bishops and politicians. When they come, their files are open. Some of them, they run to come and seek asylum in Canada. And the Canadian government will open their file and tell them, look at you, look at you, look at you, we catch you. You are one of the terrorist organization members. It's only Canada that has just started doing that now. Now, which other country has sanctioned Nigeria like America and Donald Trump sanctions Nigeria today. There is no other country. So Emma Powerless and accountability group of Chioma, all of you people said we should abandon lobbies. We should also abandon Donald Trump. We should abandon America. We should follow you to Russia. You people that went to Russia and I never reached the Russia. You people say when I get connection for Russia and I never reached the Russia. Hmm? And I never see deliver anything from the Russia up to now. And I see the Russia. I never deliver anything. But we don't deliver something from America with the lobbies under Donald Trump. And now he's coming to Nigeria to deal with the terrorists, with US Army. So it's only Donald Trump that sees the terrorists in Nigeria. Every other leaders don't see it because they don't have the balls. They don't have the ability to do so or pronounce it. But Donald Trump, Ezioku Bundu, he tells you the way it is. It doesn't matter who you are. So now, I think there is a video here that project and even showed how Nigerian terrorist governments are actually sponsoring the Islamic Jihad. Say it here.
Abdurrahman Dambazo met with the federal government, led by the Minister of Interior Abdurrahman Dambazo, met with the Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria in Kebbi State, offering them the sum of 100 billion naira over 2 years to stop the kidnapping in the country. The meeting lasted over 4 hours on Friday as
What did you people hear? Let me turn it back again now, so that you will hear it very well.
The federal government, led by the Minister of Interior Abdurrahman Dambazo, met with the Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria in Kebbi State, offering them the sum of 100 billion naira over 2 years to stop the kidnapping in the country.
What did you just hear now? Federal government of Nigeria met with the terrorist organization of Nigeria and offered them 100 billion naira. 100 billion naira to do what? As offer to stop the killings in the country for over 2 years. So it is a contract of 2 years. Federal government of Nigeria pays the terrorists a renewable contract with the terrorists of 100 billion naira. How many of you have been paid such amount of money? You see how the federal government of Nigeria legalized the terrorism. They pay them 100 billions of naira to do what? To kidnap you, to take over your lands, to buy more weapons, and to be able to terrorize all of you. 100 billion naira. And this is what? A renewal or a renewable contract of every 2 years. Every 2 years is what the federal government did. So if Donald Trump sits down and see this, and BRGI sit down and see this, the lawmakers of America sit down and see this, that the federal government of Nigeria is actually paying the terrorists on a contract of 100 billion naira. And you will hear from this publication that the terrorists were actually demanding 150 or 200. They now bargained and brought it down to 100 billion. This is a contract term that they will now be paying them. What do they need the money for? They need the money to buy more weapons to fight all of you. And now it's only Donald Trump that has the power to come and dismantle this thing. All of you Nigerians that say you don't need Donald Trump in Nigeria to come, and you are twisting the narrative that is coming for your resources. Can you show me any of the resources that America came to pick from Nigeria, which they say it is because of that resources that you continue to be alive, or that resources is what is giving you food, or you are benefiting from that resources? That is after America pay Nigeria the interest or the dividends of that resources, then they now make that resources to be viable for you or the finished product, or you now feel the dividends of democracy coming out from that very resources. Can you now tell me one, only one? Why are Nigerians all traveling out of Nigeria to Canada and America and Europe? Is it not because you hear that you are a giant of Africa? You hear that you are the highest oil producing. You hear that you are the richest country. You hear that you have all resources, but yet you become the poorer as a person. Rather, the politicians are the richest. They are the only ones feeling the richness of the country. Is that not why you are running out of Nigeria, traveling to America, Canada, UK, Europe, Asia, Australia, China, everywhere? If you were feeling the dividends of democracy, if you were feeling just one tenth of the money or the derivations that is coming out from the resources that is embedded in your land, will you be thinking of traveling out of Nigeria to go and live in another place? No, you will not be thinking. You will only be thinking of just traveling out for vacation. Go and spend 1 week or 2 weeks and come back to your country. You will be telling somebody, to hell with you with your country. I love my country. I love where I am. It's very peaceful. Everything is okay. I will only come for vacation. I cannot even stay more than 2 weeks in your place. I will be tired because it's too boring. I want to go back to my place. But you see, all of you are living a nice and serene natural environment with green leaves and plantations, which God has given you. You're living it and running away to die inside the cold in America. You're living it to die inside the cold in Europe. You're living it to die inside the cold in UK and China and Asia, Australia, and every part of the world where they don't even have good weather. Only cold, cold, cold. They kill all of Una where they are abroad. But in Nigeria, you have good weather. In Africa, you have good weather. But cold, they kill all of Una for abroad. But when you now see that Trump wants to come and eliminate these terrorists, you are crying. Listen to the video. Make you hear how much they pay to the terrorists.
The federal government, led by the Minister of Interior Abdurrahman Dambazo, met with the Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria in Kebbi State, offering them the sum of 100 billion naira over 2 years to stop the kidnapping in the country. The meeting lasted over 4 hours on Friday as negotiations dragged on, with the association initially asking for 160 billion naira. The minister said that the
160 billion naira was the initial demand. Who is demanding? Is the terrorists that are demanding 160 billion naira. They are not having this negotiation in the bush. Oh. They are having this negotiation inside where the officials of Nigerian government gather. That's where they are having the negotiations. They want how much? 160 billion naira. And they have to sign contract with them, and they'll be giving them the money every 2 years. And they'll be using the money to buy more weapons for this terrorist attack. Hello, Mero. And then they had to plead and say, okay, they will reach agreement of 100 billion naira. While all of you are shouting, "What Nigeria?" This Yochi.
strategy was part of the steps needed to tackle insecurity in the country as prescribed by the Economic Community of West African States.
They deceived you that that is the way to tackle insecurity and terrorism. I want to ask, is this how America tackled terrorists? Terrorists who have killed, raped babies, women, and children. Is this how America tackled terrorists? Is this how the Israelis targeted the terrorists that raped their women, babies, and children? And you will be surprised that the people that are even giving them these recommendations and sealing it is what? ECOWAS, Economic Community of West African States, a body that has come to become a terrorist organization, are the ones advising them and sealing this. So is this how America have been treating insecurity and terrorists in America? When whether one or two American citizens were captured by Boko Haram in Sambisa forest, American government, they send their snipers to that Boko Haram place and they rescued those two citizens and went back. Inside Nigeria, and they destroyed the terrorists that they met there on rescuing their citizens. Did they go there to give those terrorists, those Boko Haram terrorists, 100 billion naira? Did they go and give them 500 billion naira? Did they go and negotiate with them and give them money to continue to use it to buy more weapons to do more kidnapping? You say they are scamming the government. No, they're not scamming the government. The government are actually giving them money to acquire more weapons. It's a strategy. It's a strategy. So when you hear them telling you this, oh, it's a way of fighting insecurity or this or that. No, it's a way of funding them. It's a way of giving them more weapons. So they will say, oh, it's a pattern of which country have you ever seen? Which country have you ever seen that give the terrorists money and say this money they're giving them is to sign a contract deal of 2 years with them? Then because they are giving them this money, they will not come and start attacking again. No. Which country have you ever seen that? Is it that you're giving them the money for a plan of attack and then you're signing a contract with them for 2 years? A sovereign country. No. You're actually signing a contract of how to do what? How to eliminate all the Christians. This is how the plan and the handiworks of the Christian genocide was underplaying without some people knowing it. This happened under Buhari, so they were preparing the ground. That is why when Buhari died, they got very angry because the person they had wanted to use to do what they wanted to do has been taken out. And who is standing as the mediator here? Look at ECOWAS. ECOWAS is the one endorsing this nonsense. ECOWAS that is working for the terrorists, not working for all of you that are dying in the hands of the terrorists in Nigeria. But the ECOWAS recommend that you should give more money to the terrorists. Then what happens to the dead bodies of the babies, women, and children? Nothing. What happens to the Christians slaughtered? Nothing. But they say give more money to the terrorists so that they can buy more weapons. Now, all of you see Donald Trump taking the big hammer to hammer Nigeria. All of a sudden, everybody now loves Nigeria. The rationale here for us to understand is that, is it that some of you love these terrorists more than the Christians and the Muslims that you claim they massacre? Let us come back to a particular mathematics now. Let's come back to this mathematics. Let us come back to this mathematics. Yes, these are the terrorists, right? And some of you claim that these terrorists don't only massacre Christians, right? You say that these terrorists, they massacre Christians and they massacre Muslims, right? That is the narrative that many of you are pushing out there now. Because what made waves for the lawmakers of America to took cognizance with what is happening is the Christian genocide. But now many of you have come out now to say, oh, it is not Christian genocide, oh, it is Muslim and Christian genocide. Now, I want to ask you people a very simple question. And let us do a quantitative analysis. Let us come to a quantitative analysis here. This is the Boko Haram terrorists or the terrorists that are killing. Now you claim, we told you they are killing Christians predominantly. You say, no, they are killing Muslims. Okay, let us say Muslims are here and Christians are here. Christians are here, Muslims are here, right? Okay. Then these are the terrorists. So Trump is coming against the terrorists. And when Trump eliminates the terrorists will not kill Christians again. And the same terrorists will not kill Muslims again. Is it not so? With this hammer of Donald Trump, by the time he uses this hammer, he will kill the terrorists. The terrorist is here. Yes. While you say the Christians are here and the Muslims are here. When Donald Trump uses this hammer on the terrorists here, that means he will end the killing of Christians here and Muslims here. Is that not so? So why are some of you now against Donald Trump killing these terrorists? I want to understand. Is it that you don't want the terrorists to stop killing the Christians and stop killing the Muslims anymore? I don't know if all of you understand my point. Please, if you understand my point, we need to see your opinion on the comment section. They said that the terrorists are here, right, with this flag. And they said the Christians are here, right, under this Nigeria. And then the Muslims are here. And then they say that it is only one enemy that exists, and that enemy is the terrorists here in this green, white, green. Trump's work now is to see that he kills the terrorist domain, which is the green, white, green, so that the lives of Christians that are here and also here will be saved. Now, why are some of you angry now that Trump wants to eliminate the terrorists? Is it that you don't want the terrorists eliminated? You want to continue to see the life of Christians, the life of Muslims massacred on daily basis? Is it that some of you now love the terrorists to exist than the life of the Christians and the Muslims that are here? Christians are here, Muslims are here. The only way these Christians and Muslims can be alive, as you said, it is Christians and Muslims. It is to eliminate the terrorists. Why are you now angry against Trump of coming to eliminate the terrorists to save the life of the Muslim and the Christians? Why are you now angry? Are you not happy? Okay, it be like say some people don't understand me. Wait, I'm going to look for a paper and put the paper on the screen. Yes, some people don't seem to understand my illustration. This illustration is very simple. This illustration is very simple because when you understand this illustration, you will not misunderstand anything. Let me see what I can do to this illustration here so that all of you will understand the illustration very well. When you understand this illustration very well, it will be very clear. When you understand the illustration well, it will be very clear. Okay, let me put this on the screen so that all of you now can understand me well. Let me see. Okay, you can see the screen now, right? Okay, the screen is open to everybody, right? Now, here is the terrorist. Let me write it here. Here you have the terrorist. Here you have the terrorist. Then here you have the Christians, right? Then here you have the Muslims, as they all claim now that it is Muslim and Christians. Okay. I believe my screen is coming out well. Okay, very good. So let us look at what is on the screen. Let's look at what is on the screen. Sorry. I have to bring my screen back. Let's go back to my screen. Please, if my screen disappears, you guys let me know. Here is my screen. Okay. And then on the screen, you have terrorists. And then you now have terrorists. Then you have Christians. You have Muslims. All right. And then they say that it is this terrorist that is killing Christians and killing Muslims, right? Okay, let me draw it here. They say the terrorists that they kill both Christians and Muslims. Abi? Okay. They kill Christians, they kill Muslims. The same terrorists. So now the question is, we are coming to Donald Trump. This is Donald Trump. Donald Trump now is standing here. Donald Trump is standing here now. Donald Trump is standing here with the big hammer. Donald Trump is standing here with the big hammer and is the savior. Now, Donald Trump sees that the only way for these Christians here to be safe and these Muslims here to be safe, that is by eliminating these terrorists. It is by eliminating these terrorists here. This is what you have to do. You have to do like this and then eliminate these terrorists that are here. Do like this and then eliminate these terrorists. If you don't do like this and then eliminate these terrorists, that means these Christians and the Muslims will not be safe. Now, when you eliminate these terrorists, these Christians will be safe. The Muslims here will be safe. And then Trump has done a good job. So why are Nigerians now saying no? Don't eliminate the terrorists. Is it that all of you here do not love the lives of the Muslims here and the Christians anymore? What you now love is the life of the terrorists? Is the question that we are asking. You love the life of the terrorists and you don't love the life of the Christians. Eh? Hey, hey. So it's like all of you here now, you don't want to see Christians, but you want to see terrorists alive. You want to see terrorists. And then you don't want to see Christians alive. You don't want to see Muslims alive. And you don't want to see Donald Trump kill the terrorists. Can you understand what is happening here now? Can you understand what is happening here now? Because if you understand, I don't know why you should be fighting Trump, who is actually coming to do what? To eliminate these terrorists. By eliminating these terrorists, these two people here will be safe. But by the time you allow these terrorists to breed, these two people here will be eliminated. You people are trying to make the mission of Trump to be fruitless. So Nigerians now love the terrorists. They now love the terrorists than the Christians and the Muslims, which these same terrorists have massacred. How many people understand this illustration now? This is what we need to ask all the Nigerian terrorist government. Fortunate to say, they say that Trump want to come and take resources, including our rich, stupid Igbo men. Oh my God. Jay, Alumeru. They say they want to come and take your resources, including our rich, stupid Igbo men. Jay, Nigerians want to see terrorists continue so that the terrorists will eliminate the Christians and the Muslims. So that's why they don't want the terrorists eliminated. Rather, they want the Muslims and the Christians to be eliminated by the terrorists. The fear of Trump now is fear of elimination of the terrorists. Are you guys understanding the point? The fear of Trump is that Trump will come and eliminate the terrorists, of which this terrorist is doing the dirty job for them by killing Christians and killing Muslims, which they claim that Nigeria is for Christians and Muslims, and that these terrorists are killing Christians and Muslims. Yet, they hate to see Trump eliminate the terrorists. They rather allow the terrorists to eliminate the Christians. They want the terrorists to eliminate the Christians. Then allow the terrorists to breathe and continue to live so that the terrorists will take over. And they don't want Trump to come in. They want Trump out of the way so that the terrorists can eliminate the Christians and the Muslims. But the solution is that It is the terrorists that are supposed to be eliminated if you want the Christians and the Muslims to live, because the Christians and the Muslims are the ones giving the complaint. Yes, the Christians and the Muslims, they are the ones giving the complaint and crying. I want to ask again, can anybody show me any terrorist Christian who is beheading any of the Muslim people? I am looking for a terrorist Christian who is beheading any of the Muslim people, or a terrorist Christian that is even beheading the terrorists themselves that have come. Can anyone show me any evidence where a Christian is a terrorist and he is now the one beheading a Muslim or these terrorists, or beheading any of the clergymen of the jihadist terrorists? I want to see one. I want to see only one. Only one. Only one is what I want to see. Can anybody show me a Christian? Wait, let me write it so that some people that are looking at the screen. Show me one Christian that has beheaded any Islamic teacher. Please, we want to see. We want to see any we want to see just one Christian that has beheaded show me one, only one. Just one Christian that has beheaded any Islamic teacher. We need only one. Only one is what we need. Does anyone have any evidence? Only one. One. Now, having waited and checked and see that there is no evidence to prove for this very logic that I carried out here, and there is nobody that has any evidence of a Christian that is cutting off the head of any Islamic teacher. I want you all now to understand the reason why they say they don't want Donald Trump to eliminate the terrorists. I want you all to understand something here now. The reason why they don't want Trump to eliminate the terrorists, the reason why they don't want Trump to eliminate these terrorists here, the reason why they don't want Trump to eliminate these terrorists is not because there are Muslims. It's not because the genocide is for Muslim and Christians. It is because there is an agenda. There is an agenda here. So the massacre in Nigeria is not about Christians and Muslims that have been massacred. No, it is about an agenda. It is about an agenda, because if the people here that are protesting that, oh, Trump, don't massacre the terrorists, oh, Trump, don't touch the terrorists, oh, if they say, oh, because the massacre or the genocide in Nigeria is both Muslims and Christians, so why are you preventing Trump from eliminating the terrorists, which will stop total massacre and elimination of both the Christians and the Muslims in Nigeria, who you say are facing the same existential threat? So now you now understand something, that it is not about the Muslim are available or they massacre the Muslim or the no, there is an agenda here. There is an agenda about these terrorists. The terrorists don't come in the name of, oh, the thing affect Christian and affect Muslim. There is an agenda here. There is an agenda here. There is an agenda. There is an agenda here, because if the people of Nigeria say they have the interests of Christians and Muslims who are all in Nigeria and originate from Nigeria, if they say they have their interests at heart, they will be the first people to okay the elimination of these terrorists. But because they don't have the interests of the Christians here or the Muslims here at heart, there is an agenda here. There is an agenda here, and that agenda is the invasion and the takeover. So they should stop projecting that, oh, the genocide is about Christians and genocide and a Muslim. No. When we say it is Christian genocide, and they come out and say, no, it's not Christian genocide, it's Muslim and Christian genocide. So why are you not now after the interest of the Christians and Muslims? If you have the common interest of the Christians and Muslims, you should allow Trump to eliminate the one enemy that faces the Christians and the Muslims. Allow Donald Trump to eliminate the one common enemy of the Christians and the Muslims. But why are you now protecting the number one enemy of Christians and Muslims? Why? What is it about these terrorists that you love so much that you don't want them eliminated? There is something there. And that is why we want them to continue to cry, while Trump needs to come in and take out those terrorists. Yes, Trump needs to come out and take out those terrorists, because those terrorists are the main problem. And anyone that is standing against the elimination of those terrorists, it means they don't love the Christians, they don't love the Muslims in that Nigeria. They only love those terrorists. So it is very clear now. It is very clear now. So wherever you see them, push them into the pit, because they are the real sympathizers of the terrorists and they don't love you. I salute all Biafrans, and tomorrow we want to open some of the publications where Biafra Republic governments are well alighted, so that you see how far and what we are going and what we've done. BBC of all people, they have decided to call the name of Biafra Republic government in exile. So see you all tomorrow, and thank all of you for logging in. And please explain this logic to them and ask them, why do you prefer the terrorists not to be eliminated, but you prefer the terrorists to eliminate the Christians and the Muslims? But yet you tell us that the same terrorists are eliminating Christians and Muslims, that it is not only Christians. So why are you now preventing us from eliminating these so-called terrorists? What is so unique and peculiar about these same terrorists that you want to protect them till eternity? Instead of you protecting the Muslims and the Christians that you say are in Nigeria who have become the victims of these terrorists, you should be protecting the Christians. Likewise, the Muslims you say you love. Why are you now putting your protection on the terrorists? It is a question that you need to throw to them when you see them. If they cannot give you the answer to this, please lock them up and block them totally. Ndewo mu Chineke. I salute all of you. From me, from here, it is good evening.
Because you're a traitor. Only traitor can say because you're compromised. Because you're a traitor. Only traitors are afraid of the truth. Trump asked me why I am killing Christians in Nigeria. Let me ask some of you, has the Pope ever been this brave to call Asorok and to say, why are you killing Christians? Has the Democratic Party in America been able to call and say, why are you killing Christians? Has the Archbishop of Canterbury been able to call? How about all the Pentecostal, mega Pentecostal pastors that come to the zoo, you go for the crusade, have they ever called? It's only Trump who said to the idiots they sent to him, why are you killing Christians? If you cannot love such a man, who are you going to love? Has Obama ever said such a thing before? Why are you killing Christians? No, he will never say it, because he is part and parcel of the problem. And tomorrow idiots will still say, why are you supporting Trump? Why do police support Trump? Your common sense cannot tell you that this man that confronted Jubril, when they sent Jubril to him, that said to Jubril, why are you killing Christians? Because if you present a squirrel to them as your president, they will accept. If you present a madman, a completely mad, if you bring a madman and say this is your president, of course they will accept it. Any idiot sent to America, they will accept. Even if the idiot is wearing a mask, they will accept. Jubril went to America and Trump asked him this question. Which American president has ever done that before? Did the British Prime Minister do it? Why didn't they say, Theresa May called me and asked me, or David Cameron, or Boris Johnson? No, it's only in the whole world, only Trump is concerned for the dying Christian niggers you have in the zoo. And that is the man people say is a racist. Those who are not racist, those who claim they love you, you are being slaughtered. They cannot ask after you. It is a man you claim is a racist that is asking after you. Do you see how foolish black people are? They bring out their sentimental mumbo-jumbo crap. Rubbish. Every time you tell them the truth, they can never ever absorb, assimilate that very truth, and do something with it. Never in their lives. They prefer lies. That is why I like Trump. He tells you the truth the way he sees it. He doesn't give a damn how you're going to feel. That is inconsequential to him. What matters is the truth. And that truth has been spoken. If not that this idiot opened his mouth to say it, will you understand the amount of work that people are doing in Washington to try to highlight the plight of dying Christians in the zoo? All your pastors are concerned about is who insulted who and how much tithe you're going to pay. Your pastors see you the same way that the Fulani see you. They know you are foolish. Your pastors understand how foolish all of you are. That is why they treat you the way they treat you. And the Fulanis understand how hopeless and crazy we are. That is why they treat us the way they treat us. That is why they can kill you and talk about unity. That's not telling you. They're telling you, oh, let's remain united. Oh, one united Nigeria. We intermarry. We know each other. You have your chemist shop in Bauchi. You have another chemist shop in Brandon Kebbi. You are selling spare parts in Kaduna. Can you imagine such rubbish? You are killing me. When I ask you to stop killing me, you tell me, oh, don't worry. Think of the things that unite us together. They know we are hopeless. We are sentimental fools. We are always very emotional. We are not cold and rational. Always emotion. Always allowing our, should I say, nonsensical mentality. That is why we are poor. Let me tell you something. If you want to seriously change your life for good, sit down and ask yourself the following questions. Why are black people poor? Why is it that no African country can manufacture an aeroplane? I mean manufacture, not assemble. Why is it that no African country can feed itself without foreign aid? Why is it that despite the abundance of technology and knowledge, scientific knowledge, people are still homeless in Africa? People are still poverty-stricken in Africa? Ask yourself these questions. And if they don't, take what we preach, ask yourself a very simple question. Why are we living on top of oil, yet there is no running water? We drink the water that we go to defecate in. Ask yourself that simple question. Why do we have oil pollution in our land when Shell and other people, AG and Halliburton, who are extracting oil from our land, there is no oil spillage in their own country? There is no pollution, no environmental degradation. Any day you answer those questions, believe me, you will change. If you fail to ask yourselves those questions, then you are finished. A black man is the worst creation on this very earth. I say it without apology to any idiot. The most useless thing God ever created is the brain of a black man. They don't reason very well. Trump is fighting for you. You have not fought for yourself before. You have never ever before called Asurok to say, why are you killing Christians? But you can open your useless nigger mouth, your useless black nigger idiotic mouth to disparage Trump because you are foolish and very, very hopeless. And that is why Fulani are messing with you. All of you. And where they leave off, your useless pastors will round it up for you. They protested against fuel hike during Jonathan's regime because Jonathan was a gentleman. Where are those pastors today? If you can do it under Jonathan and not under this present Janjaweed Fulani Caliphate regime of terrorism, that means you're a hypocrite. The Bible calls you a hypocrite. If you're a pastor that protested under Jonathan, you came out on the streets and you cannot do something now, you are a hypocrite. And if you're a hypocrite, you cannot be the servant of God. It's impossible. These are the things you need to know. Where are all the idiots that told you that they can see in the future? That Buhari is good for you. Where are the idiots now, I ask you? All the idiots with the Bible, where are those fools now, I ask you? Do you see how God disgraced all of them? To say your prophecy is not from me. All that nonsense, all these stupid people, all these idiotic, these children of petition that we are predicting about how Buhari is going to bring glory days back. Where are those fools now? But you being a black idiot that you are, tomorrow when they call you, you go to the adoration ground. Tomorrow when they call you, you go to their huge dome. And you give them your tithes, your offering, you plant, you sow, you water the seed. Because you are black. Because you are unreasonable. Because you are foolish. They came out to protest under Jonathan. Yes? Ask your pastor. It's an assignment. On Sunday, all of you, or those of you that go to church, ask them, Pastor, Super Pastor, why was it that under Jonathan you came out to protest, sir? You call him Daddy Gio. Daddy Gio, how come under Jonathan all of you came out to protest? Daddy, why don't you go and protest now? He will not go because he's a hypocrite. He's a child of Lucifer. You people don't want to hear the truth. The problem with black people is that you don't want to hear the truth. You don't like it. But as the scriptures made us to understand, that truth will set you free.